Good afternoon, everybody. Got lots of rain this week, which, you know what, I'm happy about. I have a busy work week ahead. Saves me time watering my vegetables. So, anyways, today I want to discuss why thinking about your health when you're older needs to start now. And with that, I read something kind of scary this week. Muscle atrophy can start as young as 25 and 30 years old. You know, I've had doctors tell me, you know what, just be healthy, look after yourself, do the next right thing. It's so hard when you're in your 20s, even just to get doctors to run any tests at all, to look at anything. And it's like, you have to figure everything out for yourself. And I'm glad I learned the things that I did because now is the time for me to start looking after myself. People at work, they say, well, if you have so much, chronic pain, why do you exercise? I found so much research this week that proves, and even leading up to last week, that elderly can even benefit from, lifting weights and doing exercise. And protein is a very vital part of that process. Basically, when you exercise, you're breaking down muscle. And you need to have more protein being made than you are breaking down in order to build or maintain muscle. And that's the key. So, I was looking at an article called The Underappreciated Role of Muscle in Health and Disease by Robert R Wolfe in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And this was referenced by many of the studies that I was looking at. They all pointed back to this paper, all of them. And this paper looks at burns and elderly and injuries. Not just the elderly, because all of these cases are situations where it's harder for the body to build muscle. For example, burn patients require 4 times as much protein if they want to maintain their muscle mass. Also, he showed that the amount of muscle you have before any type of surgery or injury will help speed up your recovery rate. And that the longer you have to recover before you start moving and trying to build that muscle back, the longer it's going to take you to recover. And that's actually why a lot of elderlies, when they fall and break a hip, they never walk again, because they simply didn't have almost any muscle to begin with, because they didn't take the time to maintain that. And even worse, inactivity causes the body to stop burning fat or sugar, any types of energy. If you don't signal your body to burn energy, it's just going to store it all up as excess body fat. That's what the body does with it. It's, we really need to start looking at our health now, not later. Don't wait till you're 65. Don't wait till you're 50. I am 30 almost, and I'm already looking at this like, okay, when I don't exercise, I experience the negative consequences of that. So, anyway, this was mostly to look at protein for the elderly. That was the original purpose and intent behind this video. So I found something interesting, that they gave protein to both elderly and young groups who were in bed rest. They weren't moving at all. What they found was that they were able to maintain muscle mass and any functionality that they had, so they didn't lose out on strength or anything like any of their basic functionality. In the case of the elderly, their ability to go up and down the stairs, just by increasing their protein take even though they weren't moving. Now, this is only over a short period of time. The reason you got to stay active is because it tells the body, okay, we need to use these parts. I need to use my brain, so let's make it stronger. Breathing properly tells lungs, okay, I need to have strong lungs so that I can take in enough oxygen. Right? Same goes for your muscles, right? You don't want to put too much strain on it, obviously, but you want to put enough that it tells muscles, okay, I need you. With regards to the actual protein number recommendations, the average recommendation currently for healthy younger people is as low, surprisingly, as 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Now, I've seen numbers as high as 0.8 per pound, and usually they suggest if you're lifting weights, bodybuilding, stuff like that, more. Sometimes as high as 1.5. Protein helps with feelings of full, helps maintain muscle, helps build hormones. So it's important for everybody. With the elderly, as far as I can find, they're suggesting on the higher end. I saw numbers at 1.2 per kilogram per day. Everybody agrees that more research is needed. But I guess it wouldn't be a whole lot different for somebody who's older, lifting weights, like I said in the last video, getting some cardio in, than it would be for somebody who's bodybuilding, at least as far as I understand from the research to date. There could be more coming out, so there is more research needed, but I think that as I dig a little bit more and as more research comes out, what we're going to find is what I'm saying is that the younger that you can start to prevent the problems of aging, the better. The more likely you are to be healthier at an older age. So now is the time to start. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. Please give the video a like and a share and subscribe so you can tune in to tips for a better, healthier you. See you next week.